This is a video for the quadratic equations by O'Donnell and Sterling Coleman. The main way to set up the quadratic equations is 8x squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Or, for square root property, you can do x squared equals a number. It could be any number. How do we solve, you might ask? There's three main ways, and we'll go over all three of them right now. Number one will be the square root property, where when we only have one squared variable, you can isolate it to one side and then take the square root of both sides. For example, you can do x squared equals 17, where x would equal plus or minus the square root of 17. Or you can do x squared equals 25, where x could equal plus or minus 5. You must remember that x can equal to negative 5 or positive 5 because negative 5 times negative 5 equals 25, also as 5 times 5 equals 25. Another way to solve it is the zero factor property, which Sterling will now go over. So for the zero factor property, you should set the equation equal to 0 and then factor it out into two separate terms. After factoring it out, solve for x in each equation by setting them equal to 0. So not all quadratic equations are factorable, so this is where the quadratic formula comes into play. The quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. You must enter the coefficients from the equation into the formula and solve for x. You'll have two possible solutions since there's a plus and minus. Remember to check the solutions in the original equation to see if they work. Using all these formulas and properties, you can become a master at the quadratic equation, just like Miss Bauer. The end.